Makes me want to go home and watch Breaking Bad. I don't know why.
Okay, Marc Duggar, I'm the founder of YouWorth. How many in the room have ever negotiated a salary? All right. Has anyone ever feared leaving that after that negotiation they left money on the table? Or maybe they overshot and, yeah, never. So me too. I'm constantly in that situation. So this is why I built YouWorth. YouWorth is Zillow for the global job market. The problem is that professionals, we spend a lot of time, investing in our skills and education, work history, and we want to maximize that return as best we can. But we lack an easy, convenient, and precise resource to determine that fair market value. You may recognize some of these pain points: fear of being underpaid, fear of your current skills declining in value, uncertainty of the market when negotiating a salary. Maybe you've been on the job for a couple of years and you're going back into the market. And again, just a reliable resource, and most importantly, like recent post-negotiation salary data, not just job listings. YouWorth solves this problem by providing estimates from LinkedIn profiles using an intelligent pricing engine that constantly analyzes the LinkedIn profiles and data sources like job listings and salary surveys, and it looks at the intersection of those two data sets, and it identifies basically data patterns in those large data sets. When it does, when it identifies a new data signal, it'll notify you immediately of those changes, whether it's a particular skill you're interested in, or your particular job value. And the convenience is that we're live on both Android and iOS, so it's a mobile application. I'm going to walk you through the Android app real quick. The default screen is basically your dashboard. At the top, it has your job market value. It also has all your skills, and you could add skills that maybe you're considering learning, adding to, or kind of like a watch list. Tapping through any of those, you can see a chart where the price change is charted over time. It could be days, weeks, or months, with also some context below. The screenshot on the left is actually, I'm pretty excited to talk about this. It's our latest feature called Experiments. So what this allows you to do is basically A/B test your career development. You can enter one or more skills, and YouWorth will instantly tell you how that will affect your job market value. Once you identify skills that you want to learn, we're going to present a list of textbooks and online courses that you could take to acquire that skill. Again, you can follow not only your own value, but also any skill and get notified of price updates in real time. And as I mentioned earlier, there's a LinkedIn. We leverage LinkedIn data. There's an easy way to basically import all of your skills, education, work history, all the data that we need to calculate it. The business model is a freemium model. Basic features are free. The premium features are subscription-based, and the pricing depends on the number of months you sign up for. The market opportunity, as I see it, there's 750 million LinkedIn users. Only 25% actually log in to LinkedIn each month. And then based on the current subscription rate, I see a potential annual revenue opportunity of just north of $1 million. We have some competition, some names you may recognize, some you may not because they're new entrants, but YouWorth is the only one of any of these that offers LinkedIn integration and real-time pricing. And the others, obviously, we will also have mobile clients. We have the personalization, as well as the forecasting, the experiments I just spoke about. The growth strategy is a virtuous circle of acquisition, retention, and product dev. Obviously, we collect data. We also generate a ton of data, and we're going to basically not only engage users with those price updates, but also aggregate that data, slice and dice it, and present it in different market analysis.
I actually have two questions. So my first one is, are you targeting specific industries for this? It looks like your examples were tech, and if tech is where you're starting or where you're planning on utilizing it, how do you reconcile the fact that a lot of developers despise LinkedIn and don't use it? Because that takes away one of your biggest differentiators from your competitors.
Yeah, so that's actually news to me. I'm a longtime programmer, and you're right to identify that. Okay. So real quick, in the short run, you're right. You identified that it's very heavily tech. That just naturally occurred, well, it sort of naturally occurred, and just because the nature of what I do, I'm targeting them. But certainly in the long run, LinkedIn was the easy onboarding. In the long run, yes, there would be build out some feature where you could basically populate your profile or your user account without LinkedIn.
Kind of piggybacking on what she just said, because I was an IT recruiter too, 3 years, just got out of it. So if you need a job, I know some people. But do you kind of, I guess, maybe plan to expand, maybe as looking to do resumes instead of just LinkedIn? Because like she said, I couldn't find a lot of people on LinkedIn because they didn't want to use it. Or they were outdated, or I mean, several things like that. So is there a plan to expand or just stay to LinkedIn?
Yeah, actually, I was talking to Cody during the happy hour, who is also a recruiter, and I was telling him that yes, this is right now currently it's a B2C strategy, but certainly there's a roadmap for B2B, which is where I think most of the revenue will be found. And I was sharing with him an idea where it would be a matching service between recruiters and candidates, which I think is fairly innovative, but that's going to be down the road.
Why did you decide to build an app as opposed to just keep platform? Because it's not something that needs to be sticky, right? So if I'm a developer, I don't need to use this every day. I use this once, twice a year. So why choose build an app as opposed to just keep it online?
So a lot of the competitors do have online presence. A few have mobile apps, et cetera. The similarities to a stock market app is intentional. I'm trying to create somewhat of a fun factor where, like most of you, if you have a stock portfolio, you're probably buying hold. You don't really need to know exactly on a day-to-day basis what that stock is valued, but you check it anyway, right? So it's somewhat of an engagement, somewhat of a sticky element for users. I would prefer them to be using the app more than just once a year, et cetera.
So in your competitor slide, I actually didn't see LinkedIn on there. So if LinkedIn decided to get together with salary.com, are you out of business?
It's possible, yes. Very likely that could happen. What I like to think of, and I'm an optimist, is that LinkedIn would actually take an interest in what I've done and acquire it rather than actually building their own. But if you looked at LinkedIn lately, I don't think they have a great track record of building great products, but it's my opinion.
Two quick questions. First, do you have any partnerships current or planned with training companies for increasing one's own value? And second, how can we help you out?
That's a great idea. I would love to do that. In fact, right now the books are coming from Amazon and iTunes. The online courses are coming from Udemy, but it's all quite basic. I would love. I don't have any plans for that, but that would be a great partnership, is to actually bring training companies in to help people acquire those skills. Your other question is, what do I need from the community? I need eyeballs on it. We just started marketing in January, even though the apps were built prior to that. But there's been a lot of bugs that I fixed over that time period. And if you download the app, I hope you're a long-time user. If you're not, please tell me like what's it missing? What does it lack? That'd be awesome. I mean, any kind of feedback.
So for the non-IT recruiting space for HR professionals, have you validated the fact that HR professionals are factoring in individual skills to their salary ranges, or is it solely based on market? And then if that's the case, if it's based on market versus skill sets, how do you plan on reconciling the difference between the two?
So right now we have, it's primarily based on skill set, but certainly there are plans for regional adjustments based on that salary. And it is very likely going to be
That was good.